external webinar series. We are so excited to bring to you our final installation of our three-part series about careers within internal audit and financial advisory. This series is designed to offer insight into the work that we do, opportunities we offer, and uniqueness of our career paths. My name is Emily Schmidt, and I am based out of our Chicago office. I am the internal audit and financial advisory recruiting lead for Protiviti in North America. I'm joined by some of my colleagues in Philadelphia, St. Louis, and Chicago. Let's start with some brief introductions. We'll begin with Maeve Rock. Maeve, if you can tell us a little bit about your career at Protiviti as well as a career highlight.
Thanks so much, Emily. Yes, my name is Maeve Rock. I'm a technology audit managing director out of Philadelphia. I have been with Protiviti for 12 years now, and I spent 6 years at a Big Four doing external IT audit assurance prior to that. One large career highlight for me was actually a project where I was working with a publicly traded company that was breaking into two separate publicly traded companies. And I was a key member of the team that was working to transition, separating the people, processes, technology, really unique opportunity and experience, and got to learn so much and provide so much value that it really has stuck out as a highlight for my career. Joined with Jeremy. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, thanks, Maeve. My name is Jeremy Wilhaber. I'm a senior director. I've been with Protiviti almost 20 years now, so quite a while. I'm based out of St. Louis, and I started my career at Protiviti as a technology auditor. Spent about a decade doing that, and I would say about over the last decade or so, I've been migrating my career more towards something that we call tech enablement, which is really bringing technology to our audit engagements and to our clients. So think of things like analytics, automation, artificial intelligence, and audit management tools. One big career highlight for me is the initiating the development of Protiviti's proprietary TAP platform, or the Technology Accelerator platform, which houses 35 plus different automations to execute control tests, as well as standard analytics. And it just recently received a patent late last year, so we're super excited about that. I'll pass it over to Angelo for his introduction.
And hi, everyone. My name is Angelo Poulikakos. I'm a managing director based in Chicago. I'm actually on my 21st year at Protiviti. I actually have a very special guest today. This is Leah Poulikakos. She aspires to maybe lead Protiviti's makeup design practice, which doesn't exist today, but maybe one day it will. But I've loved my career at Protiviti. It's been just so fulfilling. I've been able to build a lot of strong relationships, not only with the people at Protiviti, but with many of my clients who some of them I've served for over a decade. There's so many good memories, not just, within Protiviti, but with clients. The things that Jeremy just spoke about in terms of driving the development of our technology accelerator platform is something that we're just so proud of. I'm super excited, though, about what we're doing today with AI. I really feel we're on the forefront with leveraging AI to drive a lot of efficiencies in what we do. We're really challenging the status quo. And that's what makes, I think, Protiviti really special. We just are always trying to strive for excellence in what we do, and we take a lot of pride in enjoying it. So looking forward to the conversation today.
Thanks so much, Angela. Thank you all for those introductions, especially Leah. Today's topic is innovative careers in technology audit, pioneering practices and future trends, which will focus on exploring Protiviti's technology audit practice and how we embrace an integrated and collaborative approach in IT management that reflects the next generation of internal audit. During our session, please use the Q&A function to submit any questions, and we'll have designated time at the end to answer some of those. So Maeve, if we can have you start us off. First, can you share just a high-level overview of the technology audit segment at Protiviti?
Thanks, Emily. Yes, I can. Technology audit really complements internal audit overall. It supports the chief audit executive's audit plan as well as often supporting the chief information technology leaders in their preparation and building control programs to help support them through audit processes and effectively manage their risk as an enterprise, and then be able to provide assurances to their regulators, their board members, their executive leaders who are asking for updates on how well they're doing in that space. Technology audit really is a risk-based assessment. It's advisory that helps to align and strengthen the risk management procedures with the risk appetite of the organizations that we're working with. And the work really ranges from supporting the financial and operational audits all the way through from a technology perspective for completeness and accuracy and tech enablement.
Great. And how have our technology audit offerings really evolved over the past couple of years?
Oh, great question. IT risks really have risen quickly in industries and organizations for their risk register. With that comes a increased focus in questions from executive leaders as well as boards that really expand our role and make us more of a trusted advisor. We're diving into those enterprise-wide conversations and projects around tech system rationalization and optimization, cybersecurity, cloud, data privacy, data governance, but most especially, like Angelo had mentioned, is automation. Automation has really seen a significant drastic focus that Protiviti created its own subsegment, tech enablement, which is led by Jeremy.
Great. Well, great segue into Jeremy. Thanks so much for sharing that, Maeve. Jeremy, let's have you share a little bit more about that tech enablement subsegment that we have. I guess starting with how does technology enablement both align and differ from our technology audit practice?
Yeah, sounds great. Yeah, tech enablement really helps support our entire audit function as a whole, so including business process audit as well as technology audit. So our sole focus is taking our audit experience and merging that with technology skills to help support and build technology solutions to help automate what we do. So instead of, receiving a piece of evidence, manually assessing it and writing something up, we're automatically assessing that and creating insights for our audit teams to do our work more effectively and efficiently. So that's a little bit about how we take things to the next level.
Great. And in your opinion, what are some unique skill sets that are important to have when considering technology enablement talent or hiring?
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, tech enablement is a unique blend of a number of different things. We like to have talent that has some audit background. So, someone who's done the day-to-day and knows the audit language, so to speak, but combining that and blending that with technical skills. So, that could be analytics like Alteryx and Power BI, or it could be automation like UiPath and Power Automate. And it also could be, artificial intelligence type skills blended with Python or custom programming. So all those things together round out what we look for and need within tech enablement.
So lots of exposure to different areas and
Yeah.
skill sets. That's great. Let's delve further into the practices and trends that we are seeing at Protiviti. So, Angelo, what is your outlook on the technology audit segment, in the next, let's say, 2 to 3 years?
Great question, Emily. So, as we think about the future of tech audit, both within Protiviti and just across the industry, there's a number of trends going on. The IT environment at our clients is just continuing to get more and more complex. Cloud continues to dominate, but it's not just about migrating to the cloud. Now we're focused on cloud governance, cloud configuration audits. Many of our clients actually have multi-cloud environments, which is adding that complexity. So our clients are not just asking about, are we compliant? They care about security and they care about efficiency. And our practice is really helping them drive that, get to that clarity. We talked about AI, but AI is such a huge trend right now. We are using it as a tool to do tech audit and all forms of audit more efficiently, but it's a risk for many of our clients. So we're helping our clients today assess their use of AI from a governance and a model risk standpoint. And as more regulations come into play, this is just going to become a huge area of focus. Jeremy talked about how we're using AI internally to enhance how we audit. This is on the agenda for all of our clients right now. All of our internal audit clients are looking for ways to automate the things they do, automating control testing, automating evidence gathering, and starting to think of how to automate the identification of anomalies and so forth. I know this may seem a little long-winded, but the other huge trend is cyber. So cyber continues to grow in importance. Everything is connected these days in our personal lives and obviously in the business environment. And the threat landscape is just becoming extremely dynamic. So our team, I would say, is evolving from just testing to controls to truly understanding that threat environment and helping our clients be more secure, be more resilient, and of course, be compliant.
Thank you so much, Angelo. And so talking about that, evolving and innovating, how does Protiviti ensure that we are all at the forefront of innovation with just these, different happenings and developments?
So, that is why I do love Protiviti and why I've probably been here as long as I have, is we're all about fostering innovation. We take people off the line from serving clients that help do a lot of R&D and help us build some of the innovative tools that, for example, Jeremy's team is driving. So we did roll out our technology accelerator platform that drives a lot of consistency and efficiency in some of the day-to-day control testing that we do. We're introducing AI solutions that could automatically write reports. They can help map controls to this growing number of different standards and regulations that exist. We've built AI solutions that could look at evidence of different shapes and forms and extract the various data attributes that auditors and risk management professionals care about. So, where I see our practice evolving the most is going to be centered around automation, AI, and analytics. But I also think industry specialization. So it's not just about automating existing audit steps. We're trying to reimagine the process end to end. And as risks start becoming more industry specific, we're developing deeper expertise in those industries like financial services, healthcare, technology to drive and deliver just more tailored insights. So, we like to think of ourselves as not just auditors. I know that sometimes the auditor label could, cause someone to kind of, want to kind of keep a little bit of a distance. I would say at our core, we're problem solvers. And of course, we're innovators. And we have these long-term relationships with our clients that have been built on trust and really good delivery. And we're trusted partners to our clients. And I think that is the mindset that is going to continue to drive our practice forward.
That's exciting to hear. Um, to round out our discussion, as I mentioned earlier, we have received a couple of questions from the audience that we'd like to regroup on, and I'd like to, share these with you all. So why don't we start with this first one? How do you stay informed about the latest developments in technology audit, just for the work that you're doing? So, Maeve, let's start with you on that question.
Thanks, Emily. I think that's a great question. I am constantly being faced with the latest and greatest. The pace of change within IT is fast. And I think one of the greatest tools that I have used in order to stay up to date on the projects and industries that I'm working with is podcasts. Being able to listen to podcasts that are very specific to the challenges that my clients are facing and the latest technologies that are coming up allows us to stay at that forefront. We also, as Angelo had mentioned, invest a lot in helping train our people and have a Protiviti University that we house a lot of the training so that everybody can collectively dive into there and learn the different areas as they come up with our clients. So I think that's another wonderful tool that everybody can use.
Jeremy, is there anything that you would add to that in terms of just the how staying informed on the latest and greatest developments?
Yeah, I mean, with so many different tech enablement dynamic topics that are out there related to AI and whatnot, it's really challenging to know it all. But what I typically do is just I use AI to inform myself about AI.
Yeah.
So I have a Chat GPT premium license, and so I use the operator functions and other things of that nature to schedule news coming into my inbox so that I can stay informed about the latest and greatest topics. But it's very dynamic, and there's so much out there. It's easy to get lost in a news vortex, especially when it's related to AI.
What about you, Angelo?
Uh, everything the group said resonates with me. Maeve, I actually feed the transcript into AI to get a summary of it. But I'm huge on Reddit. I follow a lot of subreddits specific to what's going on in audits, whether it's or AI or ChatGPT. I'm also a technologist at heart. My home has a ton of automation, and I've learned a lot just through the hands-on experimentation and then just seeing how I could apply some of those learnings on a professional level. But I love tinkering. We have our own ChatGPT-like environment at Protiviti called ProGPT. So I love tinkering with that. But I would say most importantly, it's just with the folks at Protiviti. Clearly one person can't be the expert of everything, but just forming good bonds with different folks that, have expertise in different areas and just learning from them who I would say are always pushing the boundaries.
Okay, next question. Um, Sounds like this one's geared a little bit more towards Jeremy, but what are you most excited about for the future of tech enablement at Protiviti?
Yeah, but great question. There's so much that could be said about that, but I think what I'm most excited about is integrating artificial intelligence pretty much into everything that we do within the audit life cycle, whether that's risk assessments, planning, documentation, as Angela was talking about, taking recorded meeting transcripts and generating, documents, after that, like risk and control matrices, process flow diagrams, maybe, narratives, and, building out fully automated control tests. So using artificial intelligence and agentic AI to do that. And really, it's opened so many doors that weren't open before. Is now we can, auto select samples. We can, automatically review the sample documentation and auto tick mark it. We could, work towards building automated work papers and lead sheets to substantially reduce manual effort. So, in my opinion, almost every project needs to become a technology project to bring in the wave of the future.
Yeah. Maeve or Angelo, do you have anything to add to that question?
Jeremy hit it. I am excited about the rise of these AI agents, and it's what we're already doing at Protiviti, introducing these intelligent co-pilots that could assist us with some of the monotonous work that I think auditors used to do that hopefully no longer do. Drafting reports, drafting issues, analyzing data, and it's putting us in a position where we could just deliver a lot more value to our clients.
Absolutely. Okay, great. And I think we have time for one more question. I'd like to hear the response from all of you on this one. Why don't we start with Angelo on this question? What is one piece of advice that you would give to someone who is building a career in technology audit today?
Yeah, I'll try to keep this simple. I just think it's about staying curious and always asking why, asking why behind the technology, asking why behind, the risks that you're observing. I think understanding the risk and business context is ultimately what sets great tech auditors apart.
Jeremy, what would you say to that?
Yeah, I'd say always challenging the status quo. Thinking about how you can use technology throughout the audit life cycle, being open-minded. A lot of times as auditors, we have done things so much the same time, the same way so many times over and over again, but keeping an open mind and, being open to the art of what's possible now and not being afraid of it is some advice that I'd give.
Thank you. And Maeve.
Thank you. I would probably say yes to everything that's been said, but I would also add collect mentors and colleagues because, as Jeremy said, it's hard to know it all. And I think one of the greatest tools that all of us have is each other. We have all seen a lot of different technologies, had a lot of different experiences, seen different organizations use technologies in different ways. So being able to collaborate and build together has allowed us to really make a distinctive value proposition for our clients that can make us stand out from our competitors.
Yeah. Well, thank you to our panelists and to all of you for attending today. This concludes our three-part series. All three of our panelists' discussions will be available online. If you are interested in opportunities with Protiviti, we encourage you to visit our careers site and view our open positions. Additionally, we do have a talent community, so we encourage you to join that to be the first to be updated on now and future opportunities. Thanks again and have a great rest of your day.